guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tash. I didn't really expect to be doing this kind of video, but here we go. This is my first trimester video, which feels really crazy to say because it wasn't planned, and I'll tell you all about it, all about how it happened, how I'm feeling, the symptoms, just the whole lowdown. I kind of want it to be reasonably chatty. I've got some notes on my phone. So yeah, just like maybe grab a drink and come sit and chill with me. So first of all, I wasn't planning this. And if you follow my channel or know me from Instagram or anything like that, then you may know that I am a health coach and a breathwork facilitator, and I help women get their periods back with hypothalamic amenorrhea, which basically just means you've lost your period because of some mental stress, or there's an energy imbalance because you've been over-exercising and not really eating enough, basically. So I help women get their periods back and get pregnant. And usually I advocate for kind of taking charge of your own health and following your own fertility journey, and therefore not really for the pill and things like that are hormonal options that mess with your own hormones. So I personally follow the fertility awareness method and teach the fertility awareness method to my clients. Now you might be thinking, why are you following the fertility awareness method, but you didn't realise you was pregnant? So that's where I made a little boo-boo. So basically, I'm going to be completely frank, actually, completely honest. I got my period back a little while ago, like years ago now. Good, healthy periods. And then a year ago, I split up with my partner of 12 years, which was a thing that I feel like we both are in a better place now. It needs to happen, but it was really hard for me to process and a lot of stress. And that caused my periods to go a bit ski-whiff. I don't know if I, in the back of my mind, kind of tried to lose weight, tried to go to the gym more, not consciously knowing that I was doing that. But I kind of felt like maybe that was happening as well, which didn't help. And I think that generally I'm still sensitive in general to mental stress, maybe lowering my calories a little tiny bit, even though it's been years. Like, it's absolutely crazy. I know genetics can play a role, and my mum lost her period during some Weight Watchers diet. So maybe I just have genetics that are quite sensitive. And also in the back of my mind, because of that, I always thought, once I want to get pregnant, it's probably going to take me a good year and a bit to actually get pregnant. That was always in my mind. I was like, I'm not going to be one of these people that gets pregnant like the drop of the hat. But here we go. So basically, I was tracking my cycle, which means I take my basal body temperature every morning, check cervical mucus, they're the main things. And when the temperature spikes, you've ovulated for over 3 days, and then you can expect your period. That's like the basis of it. So I kind of like dropped the ball, I guess that's what you can say. So basically, I had a period, my last period was the 29th of April, which was a 10-day luteal phase, that's all right. It's considered kind of optimal, 10 to 14 days. So it was all right. But before that, I had a 57-day cycle, which was anovulatory, which meant that I didn't ovulate. So that's like 2 months. So my periods were starting to get a bit crazy. They were getting a bit crazy, like I said, when I split up a year ago. I kept noticing that they were like increasing the length of them, like time between the periods. Some of them would be anovulatory, not ovulating. But these are just the recent ones, just to kind of show you. So that happened. And then I kind of just dropped the ball. I was just not really paying attention, just kind of thought, my period's a bit all over the place. Like, my last period was like 60 days ago, just get on with life kind of thing, which maybe was a bit silly there. I then ovulated on the 30th of May. So that was actually 31 days after my period in April. And I wasn't really paying attention. It was quite late in the cycle. And I swear down, I did not get egg white cervical mucus, which is crazy because, like, I teach this, everyone talks about this, the main sign, as well as your temperature. Like, your temperature confirms ovulation. But the main sign is this egg white cervical mucus, because that is like sperm quality, like really fertile quality mucus, basically, that you're ovulating. But I swear I didn't get that. I did not. I have done obviously in the past, so I know exactly what it is, but during that period of time, I swear I didn't. But somehow we are here. So what happened was I had this big old temperature spike, and weirdly it was actually okay, actually I'll start again. I had the big temperature spike, and my brother got COVID. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. He got the CVID that day. So I thought, oh great, I've got the CVID. It's not actually ovulating, like I've not had a period in quite a while now. I bet that I've got the CVID. So I waited, took tests, fine. But then my temperature just kept on rising. And it was actually hitting temperatures that I've never had before. And I was a bit like, am I ill? Like, have I got a fever? Like, what is actually going on with me? I've not been drinking alcohol, like that can spike it, all the typical things. I was like, well, stress can make it really high, but am I really that stressed? So all these things, and I kept taking tests and they were all negative. And then I waited 3 weeks. So obviously when you've ovulated, 10 to 14 days later, your period should come. I kind of just pushed it to one side and was like, my period's a bit all over the place. It's not my period. Like, it's fine. So then what happened then? So basically I took a test. I got a test, and I said to my partner, because he kept kind of taking the mick saying, you're pregnant. He kind of said he knew. And even then, like talking about it now, he was like, I felt that your stomach was a little bit different, but I didn't want to say anything. So he kind of knew maybe. And basically I woke up in the middle of the night and I needed the toilet, which I never need a wee in the middle of the night. So that was really weird for me. It was like 3 a.m. I just thought, apparently when you take a test, the best time is your first wee of the day. So I thought, it's fine. I'm no way going to be pregnant. Let's just do it now. Did it. And then I had the shocker of my life. I was like, what the hell? I was like, can I turn the light on? I need you to confirm this to my partner. And then he was like, oh my God. He was so excited, ecstatic, messaging his blimmin' friends straight away, just as I came out of the bathroom. And we couldn't obviously go to sleep. It was 3 a.m. and we were like, there's no way I can sleep now. That is crazy news. Took 2 more tests, and the next day took tests, and all of them coming back as you're pregnant. So that was that. I feel ridiculous telling it because I teach fertility awareness, and I made a boo-boo and dropped the ball and didn't actually track my cycle properly. Oof. So we found out at 6 weeks, and we've recently had a scan at 9-ish weeks, and that was all fine. So basically I'm sitting at coming up to 10 weeks right now while making this video. So the symptoms and signs I got from then to now, I'll let you know. Basically, when I took the test, I was 6 weeks, which I didn't realise. And so weird, instantly, like the next day I was taking the test, or maybe it was like 2 days after taking the test, I started getting symptoms. So I don't know if I was getting symptoms, ignoring them, or my mind just opened up from the fact that I'm pregnant, or it was like placebo. But then I started feeling really bloated, realizing that, oh my God, my belly is quite hard at the bottom and I am really bloated. They were like the main symptoms, but thinking about it as well, a little while ago, which must have been around ovulation, I had like a little bit of spotting, and I thought, oh, okay, my period's coming. Finally, it's actually coming. And now thinking about it, it must have been ovulation, like implantation bleed there. So bloating was a big one, like super big. And even now, coming up to 10 weeks, like I am so bloated. I look really, really pregnant. Like there's no way I can fit in jeans. I'm wearing these like baggy dresses right now. So yeah, and it's like hard, like rock hard bloating. Fatigue is another one. So basically, there's no way I can stay awake right now past 9:30 at night. I'm completely zongos, if that's a word. As soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm gone. And normally I struggle to sleep. I've got a lot on my mind. I'm out for the count. And also apparently I snore now, which is crazy. But apparently that's normal. I Googled it, my friend Google, and basically due to the hormone fluctuations, you can snore. So it's like, okay, great. So my partner's having a great time with me snoring every night now. Sickness. So I've been feeling that, like, again, a few days after finding out, I was like, oh, I feel really sick. So weird. And now it's every single day I feel sick, and every single day since I found out, from 6 weeks, coming up to 10 now, I felt sick. I've not been sick. Usually it kind of comes in little waves through the day, manageable through the day. But as soon as it hits nighttime, 6:30, 7 p.m. I feel so sick in my belly. I don't know if it's because I eat through the day, obviously. I eat snacks, lunch, breakfast, but I usually have quite a big dinner. And then I like to also have like a dessert as well, even though I'm not hungry. And I don't know whether it's because I'm piling on too much food, that it's like because your digestion slows down anyway. But in the evenings, it's always painful. And it's just like, oh, I'll tell you like some things that I've tried. I've tried like ginger shots, which kind of felt was all right, but now I associate them with feeling sick. So I've stopped taking them, which is really annoying. And I've also started Werther's Originals. So I love Werther's Original sweets anyway. But then I watched one video and someone said that they have them for like nausea and sickness. So I just thought, well, why not? Because they're lovely tasting sweets anyway. I don't know if it's really helping me, but they're the main things. I love yoga and I feel like yoga would probably help me, but in the moment, and because I get so tired now, I'm just like, I can't even be bothered to do yoga. Can't be bothered to go to the gym anymore. Since I found out, not gone to the gym, which is so weird, but it's just like, I have no energy and feel uncomfortable. And I was just like, what's the point? I've just totally lost my love for it, which is absolutely fine. Sore boobs as well. I started to notice that. Only started to notice that like in the shower and I'm washing and I'm like, ow, that actually hurts a bit. I'm out of breath easily, which to me is like, how is this happening so early on? I don't understand the mechanics of that. But I walk up the stairs, I'm out of breath. I walk a little bit and I'm out of breath, and it's just like, what the hell? Where is this coming from? So that's really weird to me. Moodiness, that was like one of the first signs that my partner was like, you're just a moody little beep, basically. And now, even now, he's like, you're still really moody. And I think it's more lack of patience right now and like snappy, like the way I speak, which I don't mean to be. And apparently this is really common. So at the moment, there's a bit of moodiness going on. And I don't want to drink water as well, which is crazy because I used to be like a water fiend, and a lot of people know me for drinking lots of water. And now that makes me feel really sick. I don't want to drink water. If I do, on the odd occasion, it has to be really ice cold water, like with ice. Like right now I've got a bottle, but it's got ice in it, and this wasn't full, like I won't be drinking a lot of that. So I've been drinking swash and fizzy drinks, which are not like me at all. So that's just really weird. And apparently that can be a common thing as well. And I've gone off yogurt, like loved yogurt, had yogurt every day. Now the thought of it makes me sick. Tea, the thought of having tea, and I had that every day. Nuh-uh, don't want it. Written here as well that I am also really spotty. So that's, again, apparently a common thing, which is really fun. And weirdly, one of the things that I noticed quite early on as well is it was like I had an ab workout. My abs were like, I never do abs workouts, but you know when you've done a workout on the odd occasion and your abs really hurt and tight, and you like, when you get up, it's like, that felt like it all the time. And I think it's because your uterus is expanding and things like that, which goes along with cramping. I did have cramping right at the beginning. As soon as I found out, day after I was getting cramping again, was I just pushing these cramping pains away before? So weird. And then me and my friend said it's because your uterus is expanding and things like that, and it's all totally fine. I've found like the ups and downs of it. So I've only been going through it for, a few weeks, but I've really not struggled. There's been ups and downs. So I've been happy and I felt like, oh my God, quite sad, which apparently again is normal. And it's really weird. It's like you're happy about this, but you're sad about this, because the main things that are going through my head probably goes hand in hand, from having a disordered eating background, from losing my period because of overexercising and undereating. It's kind of compounded. Now I'm seeing my body change, exactly like going through the recovery of getting your period back. You see your body change, you're eating more, you're resting. But I'm seeing that, and it happening really quite fast as well. That is kind of scary. It's like, wow, my body is never going to be the same again, most likely. And it just feels a bit uncomfortable. I'm just kind of sitting with it. Like The other day I was crying about it and letting myself cry, because normally I wouldn't, but I just think it's good to process those emotions, and just kind of thinking like, I'm scared about the unknown. It's a big unknown, obviously giving birth and everything like that, and also the unknown of what your body will look like and feel like. And I didn't really appreciate my body for when it was, you know, at this size or shape or whatever. You never appreciate it, do you, until you look back. And it's just weird. I don't know, because I've been through this before with period recovery. I've seen my body change. I got bigger. I grew out of clothes. This is all new, but it's not going to last as long as 9 months. And then for the foreseeable future afterwards, it's, you know, going to be different. So it's coming to terms with that, which everyone tells me I'm very silly, and I know it's silly. Like, my conscious brain knows it's silly, but it's just processing it and just allowing myself to have those kind of thoughts and just being like, okay, that's what I think at that particular time. So yeah, maybe some of you can resonate, especially if you are from the channel because of period recovery, disordered eating background. But I also feel like going through that process of HA recovery prepares you for pregnancy and the body changes and things like that. So there's a good positive there. I have found that forums are really helpful as well. I've got like this app that's called What to Expect, and there's forums, and I get emailed forums, which are so helpful because I don't know anyone that's pregnant. I do know some people that have had babies, which are really helpful, but it's great to just go on the forums and just be like, oh my God, I'm experiencing that. I'm experiencing that. Things, random things about me not wanting water. Like, people are writing about that, and it's like, wow, I'm not alone here. So again, with the kind of HA recovery, you can feel quite alone. So just finding people that can support you, understand you, that's really helpful. So that's kind of my update. And like I said, I'm about 10 weeks now, coming up to 10 weeks. So I'll be out of the first trimester in about 2 weeks' time, I believe. So I'll give you updates as and when, but that is the end of this video. So I hope you've enjoyed. If you've got any questions or anything like that, just put them down below, and I'll see you in the next video.